Hey everyone, this is Span and welcome back to another Daggerfall mod showcase video. In this video, we'll be looking at the Decorator mod. This is done by Cadius. It allows you to customize and personalize your living spaces like your ships and your homes. And if you like this kind of Daggerfall content, please do consider subscribing. I try to upload videos about 2 or 3 times a week. I do role-playing series and these mod showcases. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. As you can see, my ship here, this is what it would look like on default, these empty spaces. And now I'll show you what my room looks like. Okay, so we have some wall decorations, some wardrobes, alchemy supplies, tables, beddings, bookcases, miscellaneous items like this globe and my dog here. Some things I could hang from the ceiling, like the plants and the chandelier. And yeah, it's very cool. It allows you to really be creative, customize your spaces. Also got this organ here, and some crates. So the first thing I want to show you guys is how to set this up. So the default key binding is the / key next to the right side shift. And that'll bring up this interface here. You can see you have a couple different categories. You got common items like chairs, tables, benches, containers like your wardrobes, shelving, some chests and other crates. You have a bunch of lighting options. You got lanterns, torches, braziers, the chandelier I have here as well. And then a couple wall options, some paintings, banners, tapestries, a couple just sort of library themed items. We've got books and stacks of papers, scrolls, things like that. 2 sections for miscellaneous items. These are things like, you know, random weapons, fireplaces, the organ that I have in the side over there. And then we have some alchemy items. Like you can see what I placed on the table. Each one of these is an individual item that I just placed on it, and I'll show you how that works a little bit later. Bio section is mostly animals and plant type items. Treasure, what you'd expect, gold coins, goblets, all that kind of stuff, some gems. And then the last section is just some statues that you can place, which are also very cool. So the way it works is every item here has been individually placed by me. You can snap items to surfaces and, you know, like tables and walls, whatever it would snap to. And it's mostly intuitive, but it can be a little bit confusing. So let me just give you an example here with something like a lantern. So if I had a lantern here, all these different buttons move it in different ways. This brings it closer or further from you. This will change the this will rotate it if it has a different look. This is the same no matter how you rotate it. Then you can go left to right, and this would also rotate it, but the lights can't rotate. So you want to make sure in your controls, or in your settings actually here, that head bobbing is turned off. Something with this mod, it'll make the camera sort of shift down if head bobbing's on, so just make sure you have that off. It's easier to control that way. And if I wanted to put a light here, for example, I could go back to this lantern. And this is how you do the height. You can control low, medium, or high. And this button here is what actually makes it a light source. So this will make it a light source. You can control the intensity and its angles. You can snap it to walls. Now you can see it's stuck there, and I can still change the low, high, or medium. And you could also change the scale here. It'll bring up another little widget, and you can control its size and all that kind of stuff. So for example, I wanted to make it small like that, make it high up or medium. It's snapped to the wall, and then when you're ready to be finished, you click the middle button here, and that sets it. Now you can press escape to get out, and it's there. If I was unhappy with this and wanted to edit it, I could bring back the mod here, click on the edit button, and then click on the item you wish to edit. So for me, it'll be this lantern here. And now I have all the options again. I can change the scale, the lighting source, whatever else I want, I can move it. And then you can delete it. Yeah. Other than that, there's a couple other really cool things this mod can do. Of course, the most fun part is just building your own living space, being creative, designing it to fit the type of character you're role-playing as, whatever it is. But another option with these items is to create containers, storage, or turn them into potion makers, spell makers, or item makers. So I'll give an example here. Let's say I wanted to go to the well, actually I have an example already made. This is my wardrobe here. You'll see if I click on it, it brings this up and I have a space for storage. Nothing in here yet, but it does work that way. I can put my casual pants in there. And if I bring up the mod interface here, and I go to edit, and I click on this wardrobe, you can see I checked the container marker. So that allows this to become a container. And you can do the same with potion maker, spell maker, or item maker. And just like anything else with this mod, when you're ready to set it, you click the middle button, and then it is set. So, for example, I thought it'd be cool to make just this one yellow potion-looking thing into my potion creator. So I can click on it, and there you go. All of a sudden, this whole space turns into a potion creation space. And I could have turned that into just this table here if I wanted to, which I also have that set. And you could do the same with other spaces, like this is just a sort of miscellaneous. I have an Elven War Axe in here, that's a container, and this will be a bookshelf. I got my spell book in there. So very cool, lots of creativity, lots of personalizing that you can do with this mod, turning things into potion creators, item creators. Another thing you should keep in mind though is that with this mod, if you go into the mod settings, on default, these potion creations settings like this, or the, for example, spell creator or item creator, these are on default to only be available if you have a guild service, like the appropriate guild service is available to already. So you wouldn't be able to make spells. All three of these will be missing if you are not part of a guild that gives you access to them yet. You can check that off, and then, like I did with this character, and then you don't need to be part of any sort of guild that provides this to build them in your player home or ship. Another cool thing that will be coming, I don't think it's available yet, but you can see out here, I'm on my ship now, but I can't use any of the Decorator mod outside yet on this ship. But the mod author did say that they are working on it, it looked like in a comment, so potentially that could happen. If not, this is still an incredible mod. This just breathes life into any player home, any player space, into your ships. And yeah, I just thought it'd be a great one to showcase. It's a little bit confusing when you're first fooling around with it, so I hope my explanations make sense. One more little section I want to add here is to show off some of the cool options. I want to show what some of the really more unique items look like here. So we have some statues. I'll just rotate through a few of these. And actually, how about I first create a light source in this room. Let's do a large brazier here. We'll put it on the ground. And we'll do an intense light source. Set that. And now let's take a look at some of the things like statues, designs here. Let's put it into the light. And this will just give you an idea of some of the cool stuff that you could add. Here's what some of the treasure looks like. This is pretty fitting for my pirate playthrough that I'm doing. and some of the animals that you could have on. Some fruits, some plants, and there's a ton of options as you can see here. Some very large options that probably don't fit too well in a ship here. Here's some of the alchemy. And some random miscellaneous items. These are pretty cool. You could have fireplaces, some weaponry, and even torture devices if that's fitting the type of character you're making. I also really like these fountains, but at the moment they don't really fit in a ship for me, but they look very cool. Podium, signs, rocks. You can get a sense here just how much creativity you could have, just how much customization is available here in this mod. There are tons and tons of options. These paintings, they don't seem to show up for me, but the banners do here. Tons of different banner designs, some large ones. And just a few of what the lights look like here. Candles. And some of the container type items. And finally a few of the chairs, thrones, stools, and benches and tables. And some of the beds here. Alright, I hope that is a good little preview here of what this mod looks like. I'll put the mod description and the link in the video description here. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.